thinking about how my vibe is kind of different depending. That's what I was thinking about. The eye contact. Back it up. Hey! Hi, guys. Okay. So, wow. Dogs wasn't barking before, you know. Wow. Wow. Anyway, what do you think about this hairstyle? Um, alright. Ooh, this look cute. What do you think? Oh, yeah. So I started stretch. I know that song is so simple, huh? So remember we were talking about the exercise and cha-cha-cha and start to exercise. Then when it's like this, oh, I feel like I should like, let's see. Anyway, so I started exercise. Here, another rascal, yeah. Started exercise. I lie. I ain't started exercise, I stretch. So for the past how much ever time, I just used to lie down on my bed and be thinking about like something inside just telling me, go and lie down on the floor. Sorry, a stranger, go and lie down on the floor. And I used to feel like I should, like, just take my yoga mat and go and lie down on the floor, but I just never did, for whatever reason. Yeah, for whatever reason, I just never laid on the floor. Which I probably should have in terms of, following that intuition and that inner vibe. Because that's really what I was, that whole inner vibe thing. I had to lock my doors because I start my car back so that I could, have some AC to make this video. I wearing like, a little jacket. There's my jacket behind me. Anyway, so I had this whole um thought to go and uh lie down on the floor. Cause my body does be feeling so tight earlier. I be feeling so tight and I just want to be like um that shiny man and he watching my weight. Anyway, so my body does just feel so tight and it's like even when I exercise it's be feeling tight. And I need to loosen up and something that was calling to me is yoga. When I try yoga, it's like, oh my gosh, that shit is hard and I'm not flexible enough. It's just that my muscles was like real tight and thing. So I just lay on the floor and allow myself to stretch just whatever felt good for my body in the moment. Allow myself to just and loosen up and let my muscles just I don't know how to explain it. Like do whatever it is my body feel like it needed to do to loosen up and feel more relaxed. Open up my hips more and all of that. Oh my gosh. I didn't know. Okay, so I don't have a big belly, but I didn't know that my abs were so weak. Like my core. Wow. Wow. My core is so weak right now. So that's something that I need to work on. There's that. So I listen to that. The gym, I still kind of want to do that. Oh, I'll link up with somebody who does do dance. That's something that I would like to do. Again, carried away. I started the voice notes. The point is to listen to your body because I'm feeling so good right now. Like, oh, for the first time I felt my synovial fluid, the fluid that they say that's come up your back for when it is you're doing your chakras or whatever. That fluid. So I lay down on the floor and I just felt something warm run from the base of my spine, y'all. Oh, it felt so strange. Like if you take a bottle, do I have a bottle? It felt like this. So imagine like this didn't have as much in it, but it felt like like a trickle just trickled straight to the top of my spine. I was like, oh, this is wow, this is strange. This is interesting. Okay. So, I didn't do anything with that info other than gathering it, but it's like, wow, okay. To feel it, it was such an interesting sensation. Like, I could still feel the residue, the residual um, sensations of it. Like, wow. So, yeah. What's new? Still doing Red Bubble, not as often. Still gonna chill and not do food drop, although sometimes I think about it. I had this epiphany to allow myself to live. I was actually gonna do a 21-day water fast, but then I remember, then I was talking to a friend, and he was like, "Oh, we went going out and thing, and he was hoping that I could come the next time, blah blah blah." And part of me wants to go, but another part of me feels like I need to do some inner work. And most of the time, I would separate myself from society and life and everything. And I feel like that's my problem. I need to not do that. Okay, so I have things to work on. Maybe that should be, maybe that could look like when I say things to work on, like I wanted to cleanse myself spiritually and whatnot and energetically, right? So maybe that could look like me integrating that into my routine. That came up yesterday. Because if I'm not doing food drop, I have some more time, and I do tend to wake up at a certain time. So this morning when I woke up before my alarm, I spread my yoga mat out and did some stretches. I don't think I felt this good in a while, even though it was nothing strenuous on my muscles. Like I didn't do a whole workout or anything like that. I just um allow my body to move and stretch. This man coming up a one-way street, is he? Or two of them? Okay, so I guess it's not a one-way street. Anyways, so yeah, I still would like to go to the gym, but then this thought came to me with the stretching, and I was like, ooh, so why not do this in the meantime until I am truly ready to start and commit to going to the gym? Still need to find a time and whatnot, and I just kind of did it, and it lasts like however long, and I was feeling really relaxed. Like I had like a stiffness in my neck for the longest while, and like my back, and it's just like, oh, all of it came out. I just lay on the floor, and it was so good. It sounded strange to just be like laying on the floor, like that simple thing. I don't know. It's just like little things unlock a lot of things for me. For instance, as well, I was supposed to go this weekend, but I didn't. I kind of forgot that I was invited, and then my vibe just was like, nah. And then, like, certain things happened, I was like, yeah. I'm glad I listened to my vibes and just didn't try to go anywhere. And within that moment, and within those times, that time period this weekend, that's when I had, my little unravelings and my musings about, oh, I should fast. But then it's like, do I want to? Like, what's my reason for doing it? Before it was like spiritual reasons tied to Christian beliefs and practices. Fasting is still good for the body, yes, but the kind that I wanted to do, I've now understanding cycles and feminine cycles and whatnot, I realized that that wasn't the best thing to try to do. So I'm not doing it. not in the same way. I'm not going to move the same way. However, if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat because I have this tendency. I'm not hungry, but I could eat. I could eat. You're joking. Depends. Anyway, so okay, so I just had like all those thoughts, and people might think like, oh, you're saying down there, and these stupid little thoughts that you have thinking that is so great, but it's like, no, what you don't understand is those simple thoughts and action does a lot for me on my journey. You know, it might seem small, but according to Leo Skeppy, it is that deep. It is that deep. Like for me, it is that deep. Me choosing to just simply lay on the floor. It is that deep, you know? And it's like if I wake up early in the morning and I don't even want to move to lay on the floor, why would I drive to the gym? Like I would, because I've done it before, but then I was so tense and tight. My body was just so sore all the time. And it's like now doing this gives me the confidence to just do it. Or carve out space or time in my day to do it. You know? So that's that. Um okay. There's somebody coming and park. Anyway, I think that is it for now. This video wasn't too long, just maybe I might add something later on. I just, like I said, want to be consistent, keep all up on the journey. Oh, side note, but keeping up. So I was having this whole thing with, so I like girls. Can appreciate that it have good looking fellas, but I ain't too keen for them, you know. I know some man might come in my comments thinking that he had a golden penis and could change my whatever. Anyways, so I actually was thinking about how my vibe is kind of different depending. That's what I was thinking about. The eye contact. Back it up. Alright. So, okay, we're talking about epiphanies, right? The thing that I just mentioned, irrelevant, but not that important. Depend, and really not that deep, right? But that lead me to really what it is I was really wanted to talk about. The eye contact thing. So, I am undiagnosed, but I feel like I am on the spectrum a little bit, right? And how should I put this? This was the epiphany. Me making eye contact with people tends to elicit certain emotions. I didn't know that before, but I'm telling you my discovery after thinking about it. And why is it so easy for me to make eye contact when I have nothing going on behind it? So sometimes I would make eye contact, like I would think about, hey, I have to go to work today, and I will walk in the doors and intentionally make eye contact with the security. You know, kind of like what I'm doing right now, like, you know, intentionally make eye contact. And sometimes it will be, I don't know if you could sense that it's a little unfocused. It's because I'm doing the eye contact, but there's nothing going on behind it. And it's because I need to think about it in order to make the eye contact. And I'm kind of like on autopilot in a sense. So I'm not really aware, but I'm aware that I need to do it. Like practicing to do the normal thing that people do. It could be probably considered masking, but for me, I don't really think it is masking. I honestly would like to connect. And I know that this will help most people to connect. But what really hit me is that, which I didn't really realize, bear with me, hear me out, I hope I could flesh out this thought. When I make eye contacts with some people, sometimes, not all the time, it could be someone in passing or somebody who I see a lot. Sometimes the unintentional eye contact that I would make with someone from across the room elicits certain emotions. And sometimes those emotions are too much as they are happening at the point in time. Sometimes I'm not aware of what they are or why they are there, what. I don't process them, I just kind of shut it off, break eye contact maybe immediately, or most of the time is immediately once I feel something. Anything. Once I feel something, I can break it off, except for if I'm like really comfortable with a person. Then, but I feel like even then I might still break it off because I didn't understand that those feelings are vibes. Now, for my autistic or just neurodivergent people, if only come across this video, let me know if you understand what I'm trying to put down. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, if you understand what I'm saying, right? Okay, so I did not know that those emotions were really vibes. Like when you look at somebody and you immediately feel something from them, that's their vibe. And what you feel, you could transmit your vibe to them, what you feel. So I didn't know that, and I just was like so confused about these feelings for the longest while. There's our next thing, tangent, to bring it back around. Feelings. I don't know if I mentioned that I never really used to feel. I used to feel, I just didn't know what feelings were. I thought feelings were something intellectual. Weird. Yeah, okay, no. I used to feel things, but intellectualize it. You know? I never used to feel it. I used to, like, if I feel angry, I used to go into to problem solving justification mode. If I feel sad, I might feel it, but I conceptualizing won't make me feel sad, you know? And now I realize that the sensations that we literally feel in our body, we are supposed to feel them and allow them to happen and course through our body. A lot of people might say, duh, but I don't think you understand how profound that is for me to learn this. I want to say about myself, because this is really about me, right? About myself, that, oh, I am supposed to sit with it and feel it. So I've learned that within the past year or so, right? But this is a new layer. This is where the eye contact come in. And I was thinking to myself, okay, so there's this person that I had this crush on, and she gives really strong eye contact, like intense. And I can hold intense eye contact, but I don't know. It occurred to me because she doesn't really speak much. We don't work in the same department or anything, but I've had instances where we locked eyes and it's like, yo, she gives really insane, intense eye contact. And she's cute. And this is kind of important because the first time I saw her, we locked eyes and I immediately broke eye contact. And it wasn't because I couldn't hold it, it was because I felt something. Like I would see her sometimes, and if we lock eyes, I would just turn away because I feel something. And this has not only happened with her, but she is the catalyst to the thought process of why I break eye contact when I feel things. No, why I break eye contact sometimes, but have to be intentional about it, even though I can hold eye contact. And thinking about her and our interactions is what brought me to this epiphany of the fact that your eyes convey vibes. And when they say your eyes is the window to your soul, I now understand what that really means. So it happened like other times with other people where like a friend might come over the wall and be like, hey, what is you seeing? And smile, and they would make eye contact. But the vibe that I get from them, I didn't used to know what to do with it because the vibe was a feeling that I didn't know what to do about. I didn't know what to do with it. And now I understand that that is what that is. And now I understand that when I look away or feel weird about it, people get weird vibes from me because that is the energy that I'm pushing. So if I look at someone and I feel warmth and make eye contact to them and I feel warmth, I should allow that to come through. So a lot of people, they might say, duh, you didn't know this, but for neurodivergence, please understand. The feelings that you feel when you make eye contact is the vibe that you give off. The unintentional feelings that you feel when you make eye contact is the vibe, is the thing that neurotypicals look for with connection. I feel so like, that's so profound for me. Yeah. And it was eye opening because now I know why it might have like weird vibes behind certain things, and it's not that I trying to be weird, it's because I am not familiar with the feelings that happening inside. Like, I don't really come to terms, I don't really process it. So in turn, maybe it might turn things weird because that is the vibe that I give off. And now that I know, I can work on it. And it's like that whole thing with her, it caused me to think about it a bit more in depth because it's not the first time it happened with people. It's not the first time that I was wondering about my own vibe and how I come across. And the reason why I would kind of be weird about it is because as soon as my body feels feelings, my brain starts to think too hard about it and it throws it out of whack. So when you feel, and the reason why that used to happen is because it used to feel like too much. And I can't say used to, but the only reason why I'm saying used to is because now that I am aware of it, it feels like it used to feel like too much. But really and truly, it's just, when I say too much, is like the stimuli. It just feels like too much happening inside to deal with at the point in time, because I don't know how to make eye contact with you to make you think that I'm listening. But maybe there's a good thing, because the feelings that might arise, I don't need to process it and internalize it. And I wouldn't say internalize, I don't need to try to intellectualize the feelings. I should just let the feelings happen. And right now, this is my new task, my inner work, to try to allow those feelings to come up as they come up and process them in real time and allow myself to express myself. Yeah, I have to allow myself to express myself. And what else? So you had that. So yeah, basically, I feel like that come from the fact that, well, I grew up in a Christian household. I think I mentioned that at some point in time, and my parents homophobic and shit, and I used to just always feel a certain sense of shame associated with warmth, if that makes sense. Like the warmth that I would feel when interacting with women, I would feel like a sense of shame. Don't ask me, like how. Well, no. Well, I think you can figure out how, but I associate that warmth because it's like, I wonder if they could feel, and I kind of mix up warmth for liking, for being into or attracted, and it's like you don't be attracted to somebody to get the warmth from them. And it's because I never process these things, I never get to process it. I wasn't able to differentiate between warmth or just attraction and being friendly and attraction. So it's like kind of fucked me up. So that I needed like a real clear sign from anybody that they like me. So hopefully this will help me in navigating my relationships and interactions with the world. Yeah. Yep. Eyes convey feelings. So this is something that I'm intentionally going to work on. I wouldn't say work on it. Yeah, it's not that I'm going to work on, but it's something that I am going to be more open with and patient with myself about, and be more aware of. That is, I'll be more aware of it. Yeah. So thanks for, if you make it to this part of the video. Thanks for for staying.